The Fascinating Life of Globally Beloved Painter, Bob Ross. Bob was born on October 29, 1942, and raised in Orlando, Florida. When he was a child, he developed a love for animals and cared for injured snakes, armadillos, alligators, and squirrels. As an adult, he had a pet squirrel named Peapod who was featured a few times on his show. When Bob was in ninth grade, he decided to drop out of school and began to work as a carpenter with his father. While working on a carpentry project, he lost part of his left index finger, but it didn't affect his ability to hold a palette while painting. At 18, Bob decided to enlist in the U.S. Air Force and rose to the rank of Master Sergeant. While stationed in Alaska, he took a painting class and immediately fell in love with it. The snow and mountains that surrounded him in Alaska became recurring themes in his paintings. This is also where he established his signature fast painting techniques because he would paint quickly during his short work breaks. While working part-time as a bartender, Bob discovered the show The Magic of Oil Painting, which showcased a technique called wet on wet, which allowed you to create a painting in 30 minutes. Bob liked this technique and began to use it to paint Alaskan landscapes on novelty gold mining pans, which he would sell. When the money he made from painting surpassed his military income, Bob decided to retire from the Air Force after 20 years of service. About his time in the military, Bob was quoted as saying, "The job requires you to be a mean, tough person, and I was fed up with it." Bob decided that when he left the military, he would never raise his voice again. He moved back to Florida and began working as a traveling salesman and tutor for an art supplies company. Annette Kowalski attended one of Bob's sessions and convinced him that he had the talent to venture out on his own. Bob agreed, and he and his wife pooled their savings with Annette to make his company. And they used his signature permed hair for their company logo. After he left the military, he permed his hair and let it grow in order to save money on haircuts. Over time, Bob started to really not like his perm, but he knew that it was integral to his image, so he kept it up and even wore a permed wig during his time undergoing cancer treatments. A taping of one of his art classes was aired at a station in Falls Church, Virginia in 1982, and it was so popular that over 60 PBS stations signed up for it within the first year. Bob painted so quickly that he was able to tape an entire season of his show in just a few days. He actually didn't make any money from his show, and instead made his money from how-to books, videotapes, and art supplies. Bob's show, The Joy of Painting, aired from 1983 to 1994, and is available on Netflix if you're looking for a good comfort show. Over his lifetime, Bob estimates that he painted over 30,000 paintings. He passed away in 1995 at the age of 52 from lymphoma. Today, his legacy lives on, and he is recognized globally for his calm demeanor, soothing voice, and beautiful artwork.